Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Age of History 3. Today we are gonna be finishing up the one province only challenge. So sit back, relax, grab some fried fish to eat, and enjoy the video. The next research that we're gonna be focusing on is war tactics. Alright, war tactics finished, and another advantage point. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, economy level 90. It's insane to think about how this one insignificant province became an economic powerhouse all because of fish. Reformation of the army. Even the game knows that we are rapidly militarizing. That's another research completed. And that's another advantage point. 4.46 gold per month from fish! From fish alone! This is a 2 versus 1 situation. Let's watch and see who wins. Now, since we are heavily militarizing, we are going to be choosing a military legacy. Royal and noble patronage, that's okay. Increases our research by 4%. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, what is it now? A war between Denmark and Pomerania? Time to upgrade the military academy for generals to level 4. Ah, that is beautiful to see. What? No! Sweden, what have you done? Okay, so we are independent now. As you can see here, we have gained back our original orange colors. It's time for us to move on to the next and final phase of the game. It's finally time for... We first need to stockpile large amounts of gold so we will be able to recruit troops in bulk later on. About 1,200 gold is enough, I think. So yeah, we have earned 400 legacy points once again, and we will be getting military dominance right here. In fact, we will be getting all of the military legacies in the future. Since we are no longer improving our province, we will be able to get whatever civilization legacy we want. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, 1,200 gold in the bank, and now we are ready. This is the time we hire ourselves a military advisor. You can just get whoever, but the best one will be the advisor with the reduced army maintenance bonus. There we go. It's the year 1144, ladies and gentlemen. 77 years since the start of the game. And this is the time where everything changes for our civilization. The reason why we have been upgrading the military academies is that these academies directly increase the stats of our units. With the military academy at level 5, each and every unit we recruit will be receiving a plus 10 on attack and defense. But the main reason for the upgrades is that it increases our regiment's limit by 40. So much so that we are now up to a maximum of 70 regiments, which is insane for only one province. As for the military academy for generals, it works the same way except only for generals. I'll explain the generals later. Here in the council menu, we can also change our battle tactics for even more specialized bonuses. The attack stat means the unit's ability to eliminate enemies, and the defense stat means the unit's ability to survive in a battle. The higher these numbers are, the more enemy casualties and the lesser units we lose in a battle. Just to be safe, we are going to leave this on careful advance. Alright, now time for us to recruit troops. But first, let me give a brief rundown on army composition. An army is composed of 3 unit types. First is the frontline units. These units should make up the bulk of an army and is the one to bear the full brunt of the enemy force. Here we have the heavy infantry and pikemen available to us. Next is the flank units. These are units that complement the front line and is mainly comprised of cavalry. Here we only have the knight available to us. And lastly, the support units. These are range units that will help the front line from the back, like archers, longbowmen, or in our case, the crossbowman. Siege engines like the trebuchet are also categorized as a support unit. However, they are not as effective as actually supporting the front line compared to the crossbowman. So, siege engines are only used for sieging provinces. There are also settlers that you can recruit. More civilians than actual military unit, settlers are needed if you want to colonize new land. But since we are doing a one province only challenge, settlers are not gonna be relevant to us in any way. Ideally, an army should be composed of 50% frontline units, 20% flank units, and 30% support units. Ideally, of course. But in this video, I'm not gonna be doing that since I'm too lazy to do the math. Now, you might think that the heavy infantry having 24 attack and 22 defense, and the pikeman having 27 attack and 27 defense is absolutely normal. But I'll tell you this, that's not the case. If we take a look at an army of our Norwegian ally, here we can see that they have swordsmen. But, oh wow! The swordsmen only have 22 attack and 13 defense. Much weaker than our heavy infantry. And look at the pikemen. They only have 19 attack and 16 defense, which is significantly weaker than ours. So yeah, upgrading the military academy is an investment that is very much worth it. Alright, recruitment time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say 10,000 heavy infantry and 10,000 pikemen for our frontline units. Before we can recruit more, however, we first need to recover our manpower. Manpower is basically our troops reserve. Recruiting troops costs manpower, and replenishing lost troops in battle also costs manpower. So let's wait until we get back to 10,000 manpower before recruiting another batch of troops. Oh, swordsman research and another advantage point for us. We can just take whatever advantage we want. Discipline, yeah, sure. Anything to improve our army even further. We also unlock a better frontline unit. So let's go to the military menu, and here you can see which units are available for upgrades. We can upgrade our heavy infantry to swordsmen, which improves their stats to 30 attack and 24 defense. Absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go! Our heavy infantry has been upgraded to swordsmen. Now that we have an active army, it's time to hire a general to lead it. The best general is always the one with balanced stats. Svenny Gillison is perfect with 8 attack and 9 defense. General attack and general defense basically translates to the general's ability to lead the army in killing and the general's ability to lead the army in surviving. It goes hand in hand with the stats of the units, so the higher these values are, the better for us. Alright, 10,000 manpower and let's recruit ourselves 10,000 knights. There we go, our army is slowly coming together, oh yes. 400 legacy points reached and we can once again unlock a civilization legacy. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, +1 maximum level for military academy, yes please. 10,000 manpower again and let's now get support units. Say 10,000 or maybe 20,000 crossbowmen, sure. We can only recruit 10,000 for now, let's get the rest later on. Military mobilization crisis. Ooh, free manpower, thank you very much. Let's upgrade the military academy even further, now up to level 6, very nice. Another 10,000 manpower, so that's another 10,000 crossbowmen for a total of 20,000 crossbowmen. All that's left are the siege weapons. Alright, finally let's get ourselves some trebuchets. 10,000 trebuchets, ladies and gentlemen, for a grand total of 60,000 troops in our army. We have 60,000 troops now, ladies and gentlemen. While we can definitely go even higher considering our regiment's limit, our income isn't exactly going to like more troops. Remember, an army costs maintenance. And army maintenance is exactly the reason why we spent all that time improving our one province. Our income is now down to 3.16 gold per month. And without those province improvements, we wouldn't have been able to support 60,000 troops at once. It's crazy to think about that fish is the sole reason our military gets any funding. We owe everything to fish. There we go, Elite Knight Research, and we can once again go to the military menu and upgrade our knights to Elite Knights. And also upgrade the crossbowmen to Horse Archers. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. And now look at those stats. 40 attack and 34 defense for the Elite Knights, 38 attack and 24 defense for the Horse Archers. Let's compare ours to Norway's military and yeah, you can literally see the difference. Our troops are way superior in stats. Absolutely wonderful. As for the advantage point, that's another one going to discipline. There we go. So what have we done here? This is what I call a death stack. It's basically stacking all troops into one singular army. It is designed to pretty much annihilate anything the army touches. And you'll see it soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been sitting idle for far too long. We have been fishing for far too long. And it's finally time for us to rise up and fight for our honor. Today begins a new era. A new era for Goatland. It's time to go to war. Now, we need to fight our way up from small states all the way to bigger, more powerful states. So, let's start with Holland over here. We need to have negative 30 relations to start a war. So, let's just send Holland a couple of insults. And now, we can declare war. We can ask for Norway to join us, but no, we are going to be soloing each and every one. War declared. So let's just march in and watch as the enemy gets absolutely annihilated. Look at those casualties, ladies and gentlemen. Holland lost 10 times more troops than we did. That is the power of the death stack. Okay, let's just siege this last province. And there we go. There's an enemy army coming for us. Well then. Oh, that is very nice. Very nice indeed. Now that we won, let's make our demands. Since the nature of this challenge prevents us from annexing land, we are instead going to vassalize Holland. There we go. Holland is now our vassal, and they are now paying tribute to us. Let's set Holland to give us a balanced amount of gold and manpower. Holland is now paying us 0.2 gold per month, and is also giving us a part of their manpower each month. We need more. Nothing will ever satisfy our hunger for war. So let's go on down further in Europe and look for our next victims. defensive pact expired. Alright, let's renew that one. I see. Apparently, other civilizations don't like it when you aggressively declare war all over the place. Not like it's gonna matter anyway. We have a death stack, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to see if anyone can even match up to it. We are now rank 7 in the world, ladies and gentlemen, and with higher rank comes higher war points. Our total war points at the end of a war is now up to 48.1. This is the reason why we need to vassalize small states first so we can build up our war points and in the future allow us to vassalize bigger civilizations. We can upgrade the military academy for generals once again, and there we go, now up to level 6. Very nice. The last war was quite costly for us, so let's just wait here a while for our army to recover. Oh, we're in debt. Of course we're in debt. That is expensive, holy fish. Let's adjust our national budget a bit. Okay, there we go. Now back up to 10 gold per month. Alright, our army has recovered and so is our treasury. So the war campaign continues. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. We don't have enough war points to vassalize Frisia. We will just have to settle for war reparations for now. Well, that was a waste of time. Anyway, let's return our budget spendings to what it was before. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now rank 2 in the entire world, only second to the Byzantine Empire. We have indeed come so far in only one province. We are aiming for that number 1 spot, and we will not stop until Gotland is the number 1 civilization in the world. Oh yes! Looking at the score difference, we still have a lot more work to do. So, let's get to work. ladies and gentlemen, we just won against a coalition. That was a 5 versus 1 situation, which is absolutely insane. I forgot about the aggressive expansion mechanic. Basically, the more we go to war, the higher this number goes up, and that will eventually lead to a coalition. But that doesn't matter because as you have seen, we have easily won that war. Are you serious? A coalition again? At this point, we are quite literally the menace of Europe, aren't we? Though this should be easy. Alright, that really was easy. Second coalition defeated. Alright, it's the year 1183, ladies and gentlemen. 116 years since the start of the game. And each year, we creep ever closer to the number 1 spot. We are close, only a little over 100 prestige left, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah! If you are wondering what the map looks like today, well, pretty much a significant part of Europe has been subjugated. Majority of our vassals are here in Scandinavia. We have some vassals here in both German and French territories. England has also been vassalized. And lastly, we have a number of vassals down here in Iberia. It really is very impressive how we have achieved all this with only one province. I mean, imagine being vassalized by fishermen living on a barren rock. It's absolutely insane. Ah, Norway, my old friend and ally. It's unfortunate what our relationship has become. I am sorry, but we have to settle this once and for all. Oh my lord, another one! A third coalition! Let's just get this over with. Alright, third coalition defeated. We can once again continue terrorizing Europe. We are so close, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit more prestige. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's the year 1195. And finally, after 129 years, we have become the #1 most powerful civilization in the world. Oh yes, we have done the impossible. The one province only challenge is officially completed. Oh wow, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely a beautiful sight to behold. With enough time, dedication, and fish, it is truly amazing to see what one insignificant province can achieve. Gotland, ladies and gentlemen, the land of the goats. Oh yes! Ah yes, look at that. Look at the empire we built. We have completely subjugated almost all of Europe, and it is a wonderful feeling indeed. Even though we have become the #1 civilization according to the game, I can't shake off the feeling that we are not truly the #1 civilization. After all, the Byzantine Empire is still here, and they are ranked 1 in economy, population, and provinces. Is Gotland truly the strongest civilization in the world?